Hey everyone, this is Carla Jenkins. I would like to welcome all live and replay viewers to this new episode of Projectized. So I am doing a 5-part series regarding the project management domains and processing groups. And in the first part, I did initiating. So today I'm going to do project planning because planning is a processing group. And I want everyone who is interested in project management to have a basic understanding of the project management. So for those who are new, welcome. I am a certified project management professional, certified Scrum and IDLE with over 12 years of experience in project management. I do all life cycles from traditional, which is also called waterfall, agile, as well as iterative project management. Moreover, I also work in both the private and public sectors, as well as small, medium, and large size businesses. And I fervently believe that everything can be projectized, which is the name of this show. So the planning domain or processing group is the second of 5. And it is the one that has the most plans and most project management processes. And from the integration knowledge area all the way down to stakeholder knowledge area, each one has a plan. Some have more than one. But what I'm going to do is give you a bit summary of all of the project management plans as well as baselines. People forget that too. So from the beginning, you have scope management plan, requirements management plan. You have the cost management plan, which is in the cost knowledge area. You have the quality management plan, which is in the quality knowledge area. You have the resource plan, which was formerly known as the HR management plan, in the resource area. You have the communications plan in the communication area. You also have the risk management plan in the risk knowledge area, and you have the procurement plan in the procurement knowledge area, and you have the stakeholder plan in the stakeholder area. You also have the schedule management plan in the schedule knowledge area. So people always talk about the project management plans, but they often forget that there are 3 baselines. And the 3 baselines actually correspond to another principle called the triple constraint. And the triple constraint are scope, schedule, and cost. So the concept of the triple constraint is when you increase or decrease one of these things, the other 2 are affected. Look at it as a tripod or a 3-legged stool when you do the triple constraint. And the reason why I bring this principle up is because these 3 things also have baselines. So with the scope knowledge area, in addition to the scope and the requirements plan, you also have the scope baseline. And then with the schedule, you have the schedule baseline. And then with the cost, you have the cost baseline. So I also want to break it down a little bit with the cost baseline because I want to dig deeper in that with something called reserve analysis. So reserve analysis is 2 things. There's 2 types of reserves in project management. They're the management reserve, which is controlled by management, which is usually 5% of all the management reserve. The other 95% is contingency reserve. And the contingency reserve is what the project manager controls. And the reason why I bring these 2 things up is because the cost baseline contains the contingency reserve, but not the management reserve, because the cost baseline is what the project manager controls. So I had to delve a little bit deeper into the baselines because I wanted people to have a full basic understanding of project management. And oftentimes when people talk about the project management plans, they often leave out the baselines. And I wanted to give you a fuller understanding of that. So I'm going to do a recap of the project management plans in the planning domain processing group. So the planning processing group has the most project management processes of all 5 processing groups. Number 2, I'm going to do a recap of all the plans. So you have the scope and requirements plan in the scope knowledge area. You have the schedule management plan and the schedule baseline in the schedule knowledge area. You have the cost management plan and the cost baseline in the project cost knowledge area. And remember, with the cost baseline, it only includes the contingent reserve, not the management reserve, because as a project manager, you only control the contingent reserve. You have the quality management plan in the quality knowledge area. You have the resource management plan in the project resource knowledge area. You have the communications plan in the communication knowledge area. You have the risk management plan in the risk knowledge area. And you have the procurement management plan in the procurement knowledge area. And you have the stakeholder management plan in the stakeholder area. And also review again the 3 baselines of schedule baseline, you have the scope baseline, and you have the cost baseline. So this is this episode of Projectized, which is part 2 of the 5-part series covering each of the processing groups. Today I covered project management. And you want to do the recap for part 1, you can also watch it on my Periscope channel, Periscope.tv/Carla R. Jenkins. It will also be available on YouTube as well as IGTV. My universal social media handle is Carla R. Jenkins. In addition to that, you can also get in touch with me at info@carlarjenkins.com and carlarjenkins.com. Moreover, if you would like to work with me in project management consulting, productivity, or organization and time management, you can get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com, the contact button, or carlarjenkins.com/book a session. So I would like to thank all live and replay viewers for taking out the time to watch this episode of Projectized. I look forward to seeing you in the other 3 parts of the series, and I'll see you in the next live stream video. Goodbye.